The Financial Times today outlines how Keir Starmer intends to explore offshoring, the process of encouraging other countries to look into helping Britain with asylum claims following Italy's lead in cooperating with Albania. This strategy represents a significant shift in the UK's approach to handling irregular migration, aiming to process claims closer to the migrants' point of origin. And I'm sure that Eddie Rama's association with Giorgia Meloni is not only a path to follow, but probably a location to follow. Starmer's announcement came during the European Political Communities, the EPC's meeting, held at Blenheim Palace, the birthplace of Winston Churchill, as Zelensky pointed out. The EPC, which includes 44 European leaders from EU member states and other European countries, including Russia and Belarus, though they didn't, of course, turn up, convened to discuss critical issues such as irregular migration and security cooperation. During the meeting, Starmer participated in a breakout session on migration chaired by Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and the Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama. Italy and Albania have an existing agreement that sets up centres in Albania for registering and processing Italy-bound asylum seekers. This agreement serves as a model for the UK's potential cooperation with Albania. And Starmer's proposal to discuss asylum claims being processed in Albania underscores the practical approach to immigration issues. He's emphasised the importance of tackling people smuggling gangs and processing asylum claims closer to their origin. This move aligns with broader European efforts to manage migration more effectively, as highlighted by the support of 15 EU countries for third country processing of asylum claims, offshoring. But it's very different, note, to the Rwanda model, which was to be a deterrent and for the people who are offshored to remain there. The offshoring here is about somewhere to keep people while their claims are being processed. By considering this approach, Starmer aims to repair the UK's frayed relations with Europe post-Brexit. His hosting of the EPC meeting at Blenheim, a site symbolic of UK-European Union, reinforced his intent, and the venue was deliberately chosen to evoke the legacy of Churchill, a key figure in the creation of the European Convention on Human Rights, the ECHR, and the European Court of Human Rights, the ECHR. Starmer's proposal marks a departure from the Rwanda scheme proposed by former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, by Boris Johnson, by Priti Patel, by Suella Braverman, which involved sending undocumented migrants to Rwanda without the possibility of them returning to the UK. Instead, the Albania model involves processing claims in Albania and allowing successful claimants to proceed to Italy, which could provide a more humane and cooperative framework. The relationship between UK and Albania has been tense, partly due to the rhetoric from former Home Office Secretary Suella Braverman, who had a contentious stance on Albanian migration and was, broadly speaking, xenophobic or indeed racist, throwing the net of abusive rhetoric over the entire Albanian population, which led to huge numbers of Albanians coming onto the streets. And Starmer's proposal could mend these strained ties by fostering a collaborative approach to migration management. Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama has previously described the agreement with Italy as a one-off, but Starmer's interest in similar agreements signals a potential for broader cooperation. His commitment to staying within the ECHR framework contrasts with previous governments' threats to withdraw, and that's been well received by European leaders. By displaying the Treaty of London at the EPC meeting, Starmer emphasised the UK's dedication to human rights and its European ties. European leaders, including French President Emmanuel Macron and European Council President Charles Michel, expressed optimism about a reset in UK-European matters and their relationship, and the idea of a bilateral EU-UK summit to develop Starmer's proposals for defence and security further indicates a strategic alignment between the UK and Europe on migration, energy security, and so on. His approach to offshoring asylum claims on Albania and his broader strategy to enhance the UK-European relationship represents a pragmatic and cooperative shift in UK policy very speedily, and his focus on practical solutions and commitment to human rights have been positively received by European leaders, signalling a new phase in post-Brexit diplomacy and also in migration management that is undoubtedly going to be copied by others should it go ahead.